Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deeply Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 497. Today is Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, and I'm glad you could join me today. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I've been wandering all over town. What would it be? I traded parking frustration for uh, taking walking and buses and trains and such. So, would it be doing various errands around town? I definitely blew someone's mind on the bus that I was knitting a sweater. And then I tried to help give names of places where she might be able to get lessons to do knitting. So I feel like that's a pretty good scenario. And I think uh, this wasn't supposed to come off the needles. That's... And then obviously my barker has fallen out, but hopefully it's not far. I was like, oh man, I'm done with this row. Isn't that lovely? No, I am not right now. So, at least for a brief moment, I thought I had gotten both of these projects to a good place. It looks like I had started the row here, and we can fix that fast. Okay. Was like not quite where I want it to be, but it's okay. So, I am currently working on my Cinity. I have not too many more rows to go before I will be done with the neckline and sort of the front center part of the sweater before I move on to the shoulders again. And what I'm doing is actually just advancing the pin a little bit. So I really don't have too much more to go, and then it would help if I grab the right part of this. So um I have not accidentally made know what. Um so it's like just a little bit more before the rows get really long again. And I'm just trying to place it. Um so one thing worth noting is like I probably need to check in and see how much of my teal I've used and maybe figure out how much more is supposed to be used. um, and then you can definitely see how the neckline shaping is. So the front is definitely a little bit lower than the back. And then it's like trying to like place this in the right spot. But obviously I do have some really long rows to go. But it's coming along. I think I managed to make it like really super duper tangled down there for some reason. Um, so I've just been working back and forth, no big deal. And this ended up getting quite a lot of love last night because I was hoping to get further along. Of course, this isn't really my project that is closest to being completed, but oh well. So, it's in a top, Ksenia Nadean, knitting it out of Studio Donegal Dargny in a hot pink, a teal, and a navy blue. It's very dark, but since it's a beautiful sunny day, you can see at least some of the tweed. No one's seeing the pink tweed unless they're in real life. Like, the hot pink has little bits of like orange and lavender in it, but it just, the camera cannot comprehend. So, yeah, and then up close, I think the navy shows its tweed a little bit more, and then the teal has its tweed is more like a yellowy green color. So, should be fun. So after I finish the neckline shaping, then I'll probably weigh my balls again, figure out where I'm at. And and then figure out what I need to do in order to make sure I can make it to the end. I'm trying as much as possible to copy the stripes, so we'll just keep on keeping on with this one. And then, would it be fairly soon? I'll be joining it back as one piece again. So, not too bad. I'll have to probably do like a quick check-in and make sure I get the right number of increases in. And then shouldn't be too crazy. So, yesterday I was working super duper hard on getting this in a good place to bring to knit night. And then I didn't take it out. Well, I did take it out to show, but I didn't take it out to work on it, so I have to laugh. But that did mean that it was easy to show on the podcast. And it is a little bit tangled. So, I did end up breaking into another skein of the fluff because I felt like that was what the border really needed. So that definitely is adding like a good bit of heft here, but I just really like how the dolphin and the fluff work together. So, would it be? And then this will be the case where, like I might need to block pretty hard. So we'll see what needs to happen there. I hope it's not the case where I have to figure out where my carried yarn is, but I'm getting a little bit worried that that might be a part of it. But I suppose Yeah, it's probably not too big a deal, but it might be the case where I need to give it a little bit more breathing room. Like, I thought I was doing a good job of keeping everything stretched out, but um so um like I carried the yarn, you can sort of see it sort of as like a bright gray in here. If I could point the right finger. So I might have to break it so that it gives it more stretch. And to be fair, Mr. Stephen West had you breaking it. I just didn't think it made a lot of sense to start anew so many times, but if it's binding off or whatever, if it's binding up the shawl, maybe it wasn't a good plan. So it's coming together, and the more scrunched up, so it has quite a bit of drama. So I'm gonna do probably 1.5 more of these stripe sequences, and then I'll have to decide if I'm gonna bind off in the blue or not. But I think based on my yarn usage, like, there isn't too much more left of this one. So there is a decent amount left of this, which is why I think it's possible that I can do the 1.5 stripe sequences and the bind off, and then I would hold these guys together. So we'll see how things come together. But yeah, the establishing this row in the dolphin and fluff can be a little bit annoying, and so I ended up deciding to put in the stitch markers between the repeats, which is helping. It was definitely the case where I found 2 extra stitches and I had to create 2 stitches, so I just was like, just a little light fudge. Not too crazy. But like, this one's probably closer to done. I don't know. Like, so graphic. I'm really liking how it's turning out. So big. Um, maybe driving me a little crazy how long it's taking, but it's okay. I think I was hoping for more knitting time than I actually got today. It's alright. So those are the knitting projects. And then it was the case where I realized I will be starting on these fairly soon. I don't think I can meet the deadline of before my spouse goes on a trip, but we'll see what happens. So I have all the things I need in one spot. So the black yarn I'll be knitting the fingers out of, which is probably a close enough black. And then I think this has all of the needles that I need. So that shouldn't be too crazy, but and then I'll have to give it a good think on if I'm going to bring the thumb in so that they do have hands, or if I'll just keep it the other way. Or I'll ask my spouse. It was like, he might have made a comment 5 years ago about it. Oh well. So the last thing that I've been working on is my sweater spin. The spin that never ends. So, filling up the bobbin. I've probably done like a couple of lengths of fiber. I'm doing the, I believe that I had dizzed this off the drum carder when I had made it. So this is the one that I haven't broken up into pieces. I started this piece because it was pretty skinny towards the end. um, which probably wasn't the way to spin, but whatever. And I will just keep plugging away at this. I have, I don't even know how many lengths of fiber I have to go. And I'm not necessarily doing a great job of packing it in, but that's fine. So I'm mostly just selecting like a slightly different piece from the last one. So the previous one had a bit more green. This one has a bit more yellow. So we'll see how that goes. Be really exciting to finally get to play. So, yeah, I don't know. So, um, yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out. Well, at some point I'm gonna have to figure out what I do next, but maybe that question can wait a little bit longer. Um, yeah, I guess what's happening right now is the hip string's along, so maybe I'll pull out some of that fiber. And do like a nice small project. I feel like a nice small project sounds like a lot of fun right now. I've also been wondering what it'd be. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Um, or if I'm going to do more samples. I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Because I also have my I have my bats from the JC Boggs class. That could be fun. There's just a lot of chaos on the shelf right now. So not too crazy. But I'll have to I'll have to figure out what's gonna happen. It has been nice. Because so for a while when I would like go into work, it would be very summery at work and then chilly up here. But we're now, I think, with the time change and all that other stuff, it was like we're definitely more in like a chillier time. So I've been able to wear more woolly sweaters to work, which has been lovely. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what I get to do. Oops. Um, it's It's always woolly sweater here. So this is like the perfect layer for whatever my color block weekender with Henley V. I can get it over my neck. Would it be? Yeah. Because if it had actually been, it would have been too tight. So, um, so definitely, definitely a big fan of this sweater. So, um, but I probably will. What is it? So, I just have to get everything figured out there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do next. Or I just need to pick the bulkiest sweater quantity I have. We shall see. But what would be this week is would it be like week off work, and I've been spending the time getting ready for holiday chaos. So yesterday was a lot of driving around town looking for things. I still haven't gotten the message yet about if the books I ordered yesterday have come in. Whatever, it's okay. I suppose if they do end up coming in Friday, it's fine. I'm sure my child will be very excited. I can't quite. Um, so whatever. Christmas presents. Um, and then today I did something just for myself, and then uh, got got one of the things I forgotten, but not all of the things I forgot. And would be so we'll just have to figure it out. Um, but whatever, such is life. So I need to do some wrapping. And then I will be packing packing the suitcase and putting it in um whatever, wrapping the presents, putting it in a suitcase, putting the suitcase in my closet, and assuming nobody finds the stuff. But oh, it'll be good to be done with that, because I think it's gonna be like a chaotic couple of weekends coming up. So we'll get it all figured out, but maybe not ready for that. Um, yeah, and we'll see how much progress I get on my knitting. Um, I will not be famously knitting a whole color work sweater in 3 weeks. Yeah, because I think tomorrow's game plan is making pies and um, prepping. Probably just cutting, a lot of cutting of vegetables. Um, which just reminded me that I need to get a small number of things at the store. And then we'll be having some neighbors over for Thanksgiving, so not too much of a hullabaloo. The recipe that I have selected to make is um where I have a turkey breast, so it's not as much food, and I found a recipe that you can do. You can still do stuffing, and you cook the turkey breast on top of the stuffing. So that's my game plan. Um, so going to be and not doing a ridiculous number of dishes. So I figure it's gonna be a pretty chill week, but I know there might be 3 or 4 pies. So, but oh well, that's fine. Oh, but yeah, I know. We'll just have to figure out where things go. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. So, take care, guys. Bye bye.